What's up, guys? Duke here from sportsgamers.com, and in today's Madden 20 tip, I want to break down one of the most lethal abilities in Madden 20 that's going to completely change your offense and make it much more explosive. And I'm going to hop in the game and show you guys some of the best ways to actually use this ability. Now, as you guys can see, we're talking about the Playmaker. The Playmaker is something that will just open up your offense and allow you to beat any sort of blitz or coverage you face, any sort of defense. This Playmaker ability is lethal. Now, guys, if you've been watching if you did watch the Last Chance Qualifier or even the Madden Bowl, I'm sure you've seen some of the pros use the Playmaker because it is that effective, and it's really becoming like the new trend on offense right now within some of the better players. Now, you can use Playmaker even without an ability on this game. You can Playmaker, it just does not work as well, so it's definitely something you'll want to use the ability with. So you can do it one or two ways. You can use it on your quarterback, which if you use it on your quarterback, which is how I recommend doing it, you'll get immediate reactions and control over the Playmaker from all of your receivers. But you could also just individually put it on a receiver, but I don't like to do it that way because then obviously if you want it on all of your receivers, you'd have to have an ability on all of them. But if you put it on your quarterback, you get it on all of them. Now, I do want to hop in a game and show you guys some of the ways I like to utilize it. But before we do that, guys, I do want to remind you to please subscribe to the channel and definitely turn your notifications on so you don't miss any of our great videos. And if you guys are liking our content, make sure you smash that like button, man. The support has been unreal. So let's jump into a game now and break down the best ways to utilize this crazy. All right, guys, so I'm in the Oakland Raiders playbook. You can do this from any playbook, formation, or play. Honestly, obviously, there's some that are going to be better than others. So I'm just going to show you guys a few quick examples. I'm going to hop in maybe 2 games to show you guys some different things. But here you guys can see I picked to play verticals. Now, this is something that's effective, like I said, from any formation or play, but you will want to pick probably to maximize it, a play that has, a really good route that has to be used, like a deep cross, corner, or post, something like that. Now, it works on the shortest route on the field. So if I put a hitch, a drag, an in route, something like that, that's generally going to be the route you can Playmaker. As you guys can see here, I Playmaker the hitch over the middle, get it wide open for some nice yardage. Now, guys, the way you Playmaker is you actually just tap or flick the right analog stick in whichever way you want the route to go. So here, guys, you can see my hitch, it's the shortest route on the field. When you go to Playmaker with this ability, on the quarterback, the QB Playmaker, whichever route is the shortest on the field will be Playmaker. So, this is just an example. Obviously, you guys can see here I have a corner route wide open. But, this hitch, it's being watched. So, at the moment here, I could Playmaker it either outside to the left, over the middle to the right, or even up to make it go upfield. And honestly, the way the coverage looked here is either one of them worked. I just choose to Playmaker it over the middle, wait for it to cross that zone, and got it wide open. Now, again, guys, the way I did this is I flicked the right analog stick to the right because that's the direction I wanted to send the receiver. If I wanted to send him up, I could have flicked it up. If I wanted to send him to the outside, I could have flicked it left. Here, I flicked it to the right to send him over the middle for this throw and catch. Now, that's just, like I said, that's just one example. I'm going to do some different examples in this video so you guys can see more. But, this is another great example right here. We're going to do the play inside switch. So this is a good play because obviously you guys have a corner route, a post route, the routes that they're typically going to need to use her. So, that right off the bat is important. I'm going to motion Fitzgerald over on a streak, and we're going to get moving. Okay, so you guys can see here, I have my receiver on that hitch. He's open. However, I think I can get him more open, so I Playmaker him to the outside, get him away from the zones, easy throw and catch. Again, I just did that by flicking the analog stick to the left to send him to the outside. Drive flood. All right. So we're going to take a look. I'm going to do a little simple route combo right here, as you guys can see. A streak, a post, and a hitch. So that's all I'm going to do, and you guys will notice that the hitch, because it's the shortest receiver, will be the receiver that we can Playmaker. See, we Playmaker it open over the middle, click on, get that easy rack catch for a touchdown. So I want to take a look at the replay so you guys can see exactly how this worked. Again, this is best to utilize on plays where there's some sort of other dominant route, and this can be your kind of like bailout read or like, secondary type read. So here you guys can see, I have the post coming open over the middle. That's normally what's going to be usered. Now at the moment here, this hitch is covered. So if they usered the post, I would be dead. But what makes this so effective and what really opens up your offense is the ability to Playmaker it. So as it is, it's not open. I don't really want to Playmaker it up because then it would just run into my post. So I have two options here. I could playmaker it outside to the right, and obviously see I have this room to work with over here. That would be great. That would work well. That would work fine. I chose it to playmaker it to the left, to the other side of the field, because I noticed that the post was running to the right. So if I playmakered the hitch to the left, I knew that I was going to have a lot of room to work with once it got open over the middle. So I did. You can see he immediately goes to the left once he passes that linebacker up. It's dropping back right here. Where's he at? My bad with this camera work. But you can see this guy right here. Once he passed him, I just threw it. And the way I did this was, again, I just flicked the analog stick to the left since I wanted to send it to the left. I threw him open, got a nice rack catch, and was able to easily get in for a touchdown, guys. So this is how you do it. It's extremely effective, but I will show you guys a few more examples now that you kind of understand how it works. Want to go into a little bit more depth of different ways you can utilize it. Alright guys, so I'm in a game now, and I want to show you guys a few different ways I like to use this ability. So, essentially it's going to give you control over the shortest route on the field to playmaker. So, I like to use this on routes such as like drags, hitch routes, maybe like in routes, just quick routes that I can playmaker that are going to be short. Now, I'm in the Oakland playbook. That's my favorite playbook overall in this year's game. I'm just going to give you guys a quick example of a play I would like to use this with. So one of my favorite plays in the game is the dagger play. So we're going to go ahead and look at how I would run this in dagger. So we go ahead and block the running back and streak my tight end. And then the last thing I'm going to do is I'm going to put Torrey Holt on a hitch route. Now, obviously, guys, he is going to be the shortest receiver on the play. So if I choose the playmaker, it's going to be Torrey Holt. You guys can see here, he's the hitch. He's sitting down. And, he's not really open, so I playmaker him to the right over the middle of the field, and I was easily able to get a nice little chunk of yardage here. So as you guys could see, I have Torrey Holt on the hitch. He's not really getting open for me. He's covered up. Now, this is just a great play, period, because, you do have the crossing route and then the deeper in route that are going to get open. But you still always want to take advantage of your playmaker to, give them more to cover. So, like I said, you can playmaker in any direction. You can playmaker up, left, or right. I really want to playmaker down, but up, left, or right, really just to the open area of the field. So you can see here, the middle of the field is wide open, so I just playmaker him to the right, and you guys can see he immediately goes right and gives me another option for an easy throw and catch. Now, I will say another thing to do here is if you have a receiver with slot-o-matic, it really makes the playmaker even better. I've got a ton of almost aggressive catch animations using this with receivers that have slot-o-matic. They just tend to hold onto the ball in traffic a lot better when you playmaker. Now, this does a few different things. One, it can be your bailout read if nothing is open. Two, it almost will draw the attention of the user. So if you have a play like this that has a money route like the deep crosser or even the deeper in, if you playmaker, oftentimes it will draw the attention of the user, which will just allow you guys to easily hit the really the money route. But here, I just want to hit it over the middle. But oftentimes, if you do this enough, if they're using your money route, the deep cross or whatever, they'll come off the deep cross or whatever your money route is and go ahead and try to stop your playmaker route. So that was coverage. Obviously, you guys can see Harrison Tampa 2, but this is good against any coverage, whether it be a blitz, man, cover 2, cover 3, cover 4. Any sort of play this is good with. I'll show you another example of the way I like to use it here. Again, gun bunch, one of my favorite formations. So, as you guys know, you have the ability, gun bunch, to hit some deeper posts, some crossers, some corners, all that. So what I like to do with this play bunch trail is just put the outside receiver right here on the hitch. This is going to give me the corner route, the deep post, and then the hitch to which I can playmaker any way. That time I playmaker it to the sideline, got a quick yards out of bounds. So that's another way I like to use it. And again, I'm just in a quick, solo here to kind of demonstrate this. But as you guys can see here, my hitch is definitely a money route to use because I can playmaker it any way I want. Here, I looked at the defense and I saw that they were backing up to guard the corner route, whereas the middle of the field, was defended better. So what I did was I playmakered it to the outside, this time to the right. You guys can see again, I got immediate reaction and an easy throw and catch, picked up some good yardage. Now, the great thing about this, guys, is, again, when you have it on the quarterback, you can use it to any of your receivers. So you guys see here, I used it to Holt the first play. I just used it to Anderson here. So it doesn't really matter who your player is. You know, any receiver you can do this with. So it's going to be a really, really, really nice tactic for you guys. So I hope you guys enjoyed this tip video. My last tip for you guys before I get off here is to make sure that you utilize this in plays that have some sort of money route that the defense has to use, her, kind of like I broke down in the video with like deep crossers, corners, and posts. Because when you do it like that, they're going to have to user guard those money routes. But then once you're able to playmaker a hitch, an in route, or a drag along with that money route, now the defense has to make a choice if they're going to use your playmaker or your money route. So this will really, really open up your offense. And again, it can be done from any playbook or formation, but it's best utilized inside of other money plays that have other money routes that the defense must use her. And the last thing I would say is if you can put receiver abilities out there, Slot-O-Matic's really good with Playmaker because it'll definitely catch more playmakers in traffic with Slot-O-Matic. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Smash that like button, man, if you enjoyed our tips. We're going to drop some more very soon. Until then,